Jennifer Lopez is everywhere. And I mean that literally everywhere. She's the actress, the singer, the dancer, the entrepreneur, the fashion icon, the rom-com queen, the comeback story, the Super Bowl legend, the tabloid fixture, the hustler, and even the brand. She's been famous for almost 30 years. And after watching every era of her career, reading every interview, analyzing every pivot, I still have no idea who she is. J-Lo, where are you? And the more I dug into this, the more I realized that that might be exactly the point. Let's start where everyone thinks they understand her. 1997. Selena. This is the moment Jennifer Lopez becomes someone. Not a backup dancer, not a minor character, but a lead actress carrying a major biographical film. And she is good, like really good. She's grounded, she's respectful, and she fully immerses herself and disappears into the role in a way that actually requires discipline. This was supposed to be her lane, the serious Latina actress who just changed what Hollywood thought was possible. And for a brief moment, I thought, okay, I understand her. She's the actress and she's going to be the next. Just as that thought was forming, she released If You Had My Love. And suddenly, she's not the actress anymore. She's a pop star. Full choreography, full spectacle, full commitment to a completely different career. And this is where the confusion starts, because this wasn't a side project or anything like that. This wasn't dabbling. She jumped right in. Completely. Now, here's what people said at the time. They said she can't really sing, that her vocals are thin. There were rumors about who's actually singing on the tracks, about ghost vocalists, about studio magic doing the heavy lifting, and those rumors never fully go away. They follow her through every album and every performance and every award show. But she doesn't stop. She doesn't address it. She just keeps going on and on, music video after music video, red carpet after red carpet. And slowly, something shifts. People stop asking if she can sing and start watching what she's doing instead. The dancing, the fashion, the presence, the sheer confidence of showing up to the Grammys in that Versace dress and breaking the internet before breaking the internet was even a thing. She's not trying to be Mariah. She's not trying to be Whitney. She's creating something else entirely. A spectacle, a brand, a moment. And it freaking works. The late 90s and early 2000s were all hers. She was on every magazine cover, every talk show you could think of, and every headline. Jennifer Lopez wasn't just famous. She was inescapable. And just when you think, okay, she's the pop star, she's the glamorous, untouchable icon, she does something weird. She becomes suddenly warm. The rom-coms start. The Wedding Planner, Made in Manhattan, Shall We Dance, Monster-in-Law, and suddenly Jennifer Lopez is America's girlfriend. She's charming, she's accessible, she's the every woman who happens to look like that. Ordinary. These movies aren't groundbreaking, they're formulaic, but they work because she makes you like her. Not admire her, not envy her, you like her. And this is the version of Jennifer Lopez that I think confused me the most, because it felt real. It felt like maybe this was who she actually was underneath all the gloss and choreography. The warm, funny, relatable woman who just wanted to fall in love on screen and make you feel good for 2 hours. But then the overexposure hits. And this is the part of the story that people forget. There's a point where Jennifer Lopez is too much. She's in too many movies, too many albums, too many fragrances, too many magazine covers, too much news about her relationships, too much everything. And then the public turns and the movies start flopping. The music slows down, the jokes get meaner. She's not aspirational anymore. She's exhausting. And this is where most careers quietly fade into nostalgia. Do the occasional reunion tour. Show up for the Legacy Award and gracefully exit. All that was expected for Jennifer Lopez, and within no time, she disappears. But not for long. Just long enough to retool. And when she comes back, she's someone new again. She's not the pop princess. She's not the rom-com queen. She transforms into the hustler, the businesswoman who builds an empire. She starts producing. She becomes a judge on American Idol. She builds brands. She reframes her entire narrative around work ethic and discipline, around earning her place through sheer relentless effort. And it works. Again, because people respect the hustle. She's not the girl from the block anymore. She's the woman who built an empire from the block. The narrative shifts from, is she talented enough, to look how hard she works. And suddenly, she's relevant again. Then comes the performance renaissance, the Super Bowl with Shakira, the award show medleys, the hustler's role that gets her actual awards buzz. And suddenly, people aren't debating whether she deserves to be here. They're reminded that she's genuinely good at commanding a stage. She's not the perfect singer. She's not technically flawless, but she is undeniably magnetic. But here's what's eating at me. Every time I think I've figured out who Jennifer Lopez is, she pivots again. Every time I think I understand the through line, she erases it and starts over. She's not building on previous versions of herself. She is replacing them. The actress becomes the pop star. The pop star becomes the rom-com sweetheart. The sweetheart becomes the businesswoman. And the businesswoman becomes the performer. The performer becomes the romantic icon again with the Ben Affleck reunion. And I kept asking myself, where is the core? What's the thing that remains constant? What does Jennifer Lopez actually care about when nobody is watching? And then it hit me. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe Jennifer Lopez doesn't exist as a fixed person. Maybe she's just a series of strategic responses to what the culture needs at any given moment. In the 90s, the culture needed a Latina woman who could be glamorous and aspirational, and she delivered. In the 2000s, it needed someone warm and accessible. She delivered again. In the 2010s, it needed the comeback story, the hustler narrative. In the 2020s, it needed the nostalgia, the longevity, and the proof that you can survive in this industry. And she gives it every single time. She reads the room better than almost anyone. She adapts, she shapeshifts, she survives, and she lasts. But what's left of the person underneath all that adaptation? I genuinely don't know. And I don't think she wants me to know. Because the moment you become knowable, you become limited. You become one thing. And if you're one thing, you can be replaced. But if you're everything and nothing at the same time, if you're just adaptable enough to become whatever the moment requires, then you never have to leave. You never become irrelevant, talk sad, and you never get boxed in. Jennifer Lopez isn't a person who became a brand. She's a brand that occasionally looks like a person. And that's not a criticism, it's an observation, because it's working from all we've seen. She's still here. She's still getting headlines. She's still commanding attention. While so many of her peers have faded or been forced into legacy acts, Jennifer Lopez is still actively competing for relevance. But here's what makes me uncomfortable. We reward this. We call it reinvention. We call it hustle. We call it inspiring. But what do you lose when you spend 30 years becoming whoever the room needs you to be? What happens to the part of you that existed before the cameras, before the strategy sessions, or before the pivots? As a fan, and I say that loosely because I don't even know what I'm a fan of anymore, I don't know what I'm rooting for. Her happiness? Her success? What does success even mean when you've been every version of yourself, except the one that might actually be real? I wanted to make this video to understand Jennifer Lopez, to cut through the noise and the headlines and the think pieces and just see her clearly. But the more I looked, the less I found. Not because she's hiding, but because there might not be anything to find. The performance is the thing. The adaptation is the identity. The survival is the story. And maybe that's the most honest thing about Jennifer Lopez. She's not pretending to be authentic. She's not selling you a genuine self. She's showing you exactly what modern celebrity actually is. A series of calculated adjustments designed to extend your shelf life as long as possible. It's kind of long, but that's what we see these days. She's not the exception. She's just the most obvious example. She's what happens when you optimize yourself into abstraction. When the brand becomes so refined that the person disappears entirely. Jennifer Lopez has never had a breakdown. She's never publicly struggled with identity. She's never seemed lost. And maybe that's the most unsettling part, because it means she either figured out something the rest of us haven't, or she gave up something the rest of us aren't willing to lose. I still don't know who Jennifer Lopez is. And after all of this, I don't think I'm supposed to, because the moment I figure her out, the moment she becomes one definable thing, she'll have already moved on to the next version, the next era, or the next face. J-Lo, where are you? Maybe the better question is, were you ever really here at all? I enjoy making videos. If you enjoyed watching, please subscribe. Thank you, and see you soon.